distinguished participants, it is an honor for me to welcome distinguished delegates to Bangkok for this 8th session of the Committee on Disaster Risk Reduction. First and foremost, we share our grief at the recent loss of life, properties, and livelihoods from the impacts of the many disasters that struck the Asia-Pacific region during the past 2 years. As the world's most disaster-impacted region, Asia and the Pacific has consistently shown a strong commitment towards the full and effective implementation of the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction through the championing of the Bangkok Principle. Ladies and gentlemen, additionally, I'm proud to say that Thailand joined the recent midterm review of the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction and launched our national voluntary report towards the implementation of these important global frameworks at both national and subnational level. Challenges remain for the country that I'm sure are shared across the region. I will highlight 3 of the recommendations we raised in this report that also align with the committee session which will take place this week. Firstly, we need to promote usage of risk assessment for decision making. Thailand recognizes ESCAP as a key partner in facilitating risk-informed decision making by producing disaster risk maps and analysis, including the launching of the flagship Asia-Pacific Disaster Report. Secondly, we accelerate the implementation and strengthening of early warning systems for all as key adaptation strategies in the region. ESCAP, Multi-Donor Trust Fund for Tsunami Disaster and Climate Preparedness, of which Thailand is the founding donor, has been addressing unmet needs of early warning in the region since 2005. The trust fund graduated from single hazard preparedness in the face of tsunamis to multi-hazard end-to-end resilience. I would like to take this opportunity to encourage other countries to join us in replenishing the trust fund to further support our region in receiving early warnings for all. Thirdly, collaboration, partnership, and cooperation in DRR is critical. This includes cross-sectoral, South-South, triangular, regional levels of collaboration. As disasters have no boundary, the international cooperation on disaster risk reduction is very crucial, especially for transboundary hazards. Thailand is in full support of international cooperation on disaster risk reduction. In September last year, Thailand was honored to co-host the 11th Global South-South Development Expo in Bangkok. Among many topics, the event provided a valuable platform to discuss the health impacts of disasters and progress made under the Bangkok Principles. In 2022, Thailand, as a chair of ASEAN Committee on Disaster Management, launched the ASEAN Framework on Anticipatory Action in Disaster Management. This is an important step towards having early warning services for early action to protect people at risk and safeguard livelihoods. Additionally, Thailand is an active member in the work in the WMO ESCAP panel on tropical cyclones and WMO ESCAP Typhoon Committee, in which countries of this region are able to share expertise and technology and prepare together for transboundary hazards. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are at a critical juncture in our efforts to achieve sustainable development. Climate-induced and other disasters affect communities and countries. Tackling this global threat requires concerted efforts to speed up transformative actions in all sectors. We focus on seizing the moment through transformative adaptation. The 8th session of the Committee on Disaster Risk Reduction is most timely. In closing, I I would like to reiterate that Thailand remains strongly committed and stand ready to work with all member states, the UN agencies, and all partners to advance the DRR agenda towards achieving the sustainable development goals that leaves no one behind. Thank you very much.